Okay, so we're going to look at an unboxing of some NEXTBASE equipment I bought yesterday. I got this via going to Quidco, logging on there, using the link to go through to the Halfords website, and from there picking the click and collect and going up and picking it from my local store. So I've got yet to see whether that money lands in my Quidco account, but that was a 5% cashback from Quidco. And Halfords at the moment are doing a good deal at the moment. If you buy one of the new NEXTBASE dash cameras, you get 50% off one of the modules. We'll go through each of the bits individually, so I'm just going to move these to one side and let's have a look at what we've got in the set then. So first of all, we have the NEXTBASE 422 dash cam. It's not the top of the range model. The 522 is the top of the range at the moment. That has a slightly larger screen on it, so it makes the device a little bit bigger. So I've gone with this one, just purely to keep the size down a little bit for me. I bought the optional hardwire kit to have it hardwired into my car. I'm not going to do that myself. I'm going to find someone to do that for me. But what I wanted to do first was try the camera without the hardwiring it in. From an optional module point of view, I have gone with the rear view camera one. So this is the plugs into the side, and I'll have a look at that a little bit later on, rather than one that's cabled in and fastens onto the rear window. Still not 100% sure which one I'll end up with. I'm going to try this one first, just so there's less cable running through the car. And then I've gone with the NEXTBASE micro SD card as well for that, the 32 gig one. Again, maybe I'll get a larger one later on, maybe not a NEXTBASE branded one. They are quite expensive, but what I wanted one first is one that's going to make sure the camera is working okay and there's no problems with it. So let's start with the unboxing of the main camera. So I'm just going to take it off screen slightly while I take off the plastic wrapper and reduce a little bit of the glare on that one. Let's have a look then. So NEXTBASE 422 Dashcam, the Series 2 dashcams, you can see from here, Wi-Fi enabled, has Alexa built in, support for iPhone and Android apps. Unfortunately, at the time of recording, the iPhone app isn't available. It's been held up by Apple for store approval. Having been there a number of times myself approving apps, I can understand the problems with that. But when that's available, we'll have a look at that. And again, compatibility with a number of rear-facing modules. Standard blurb back, a little bit about what it does, some of the features we've got on there. So we have the SOS feature, which can automatically call the emergency services and pass details of your location on. Now, a lot of new cars are coming with that built in now, so my new car has that built in as well as part of the SOS service. Not sure whether I'll be needing both in there, but it's worth having a look at on that one. And there are some things around the new change in the mount and the magnetic mount, and we'll have a look at that as we unbox this one. And this one is working at can find it, yeah, ultra clear 1440 quad H recording at 30 frames per second. Let's have a look inside the box then. Some welcome instructions, and a little sticker if you want to put that on the car to tell people you've got a dash cam installed. Quick start guide. It looks like fairly simple instructions on how to install and set up in there. We have the main dashcam itself, and we'll open that up and have a look at that shortly. And then a little mini box with all the additional bits inside. So just move the main box to one side and have a look on that. Link to the getting started guide on the QR code there. And just so you're sure what you're getting inside, the contents of what's inside in there as well. We have the cigarette lighter charger, plug into your cigarette lighter and then into the unit for charging. An additional sticky for the 3M mount, and the screen sucker mount on here, USB charging cable, or to plug it into your computer to download information from it. That's a sticky mount, so that's got a 3M sticker on it that fixes onto your windscreen fairly permanently. Slightly different profile to the sucker type window mount. And then a tool for getting inside your fascias in your car to be able to hide the camera better. So that's the general contents. Let's take a look at the two different types of mounts on here. So as I said, this one uses the 3M stick on there. You peel that off, you stick that onto the windscreen, and that gives you a fairly low profile mount against the windscreen then. Here we have what most people are used to with dash cams nowadays is a standard screen sucker mount. So that goes on, applies the little bit of pressure and sits on with a vacuum type seal on that one. Looks like what we're going to have to do if we want to use that one is take the magnetic mount off of here and put it onto there. We'll have a look at it on the camera and see. USB cables, I suspect not the most exciting thing. Standard adapters on there, so if the cable's not long enough or you need a spare one, just standard USB connectors on the end there. And then the cable for charging in a cigarette lighter as part of that. A bit of advice there from NEXTBASE about this, making sure you're charging for at least 2 hours using the USB cable and a compatible charger, and so that will help get the battery all set up ready to go before you start using it. So let's just put those things to one side for now, and let's take a look at the dash cam itself then. So get out its plastic bag, and then you'll see a 422 there. I'm going to leave the other covers on for now so I don't scratch the lens or anything while we're doing this. Screen at the back, it's a touch screen, makes it a lot easier to control, and quite a lot of the settings are also controlled from the app, which again makes it a little bit easier to change settings once you've got the camera installed. Although again with the magnetic mount, they're a lot easier to get down and control that way. Power button, the slot for micro SD, there's a reset button on the bottom there. This is the plug for the additional adapters. We'll have a look at that again in a bit. And then on the front here, you take that off, and that's where the camera connects onto the mount. So if I show you on the 3M mount here, put that on there, and you can see that just clicks straight on, and it's a fair pull to take it off, but it does come off. There's no messing around with having to slide it sideways or figure out a clip or anything like that. You can just pull it off. Stability looks quite good. You know, there's not a lot of movement in there. It seems really good. So if we have a look then at the rear view camera one, comes with a getting started. I imagine this to get started guide isn't going to be particularly complicated. Yeah, basically take it and plug it in and then mount the camera, and that is generally about it. We'll have a look at how that works. The device itself, it's a zoom style camera, so it's designed to zoom in through the gap between your front driver's seat and steer out your back window that way. You've got the ability to move it around a little bit and get the angle right based on where you mount the actual dash cam. And the way that works is on the dash cam, we'll take that off there and plugs in. Now obviously, well, you'd hope obviously, maybe not for some people, it needs to be facing the opposite way of the main camera. So this camera's going out your windscreen, this camera is going out behind you. It doesn't change the profile of the camera that much. What you are going to end up doing is having to put this fairly across from middle to passenger side. If you're on the driver's side, this is staring at the driver at that point. So you are putting it either underneath your rearview mirror and having this pointed all the way over to the left, seeing how that works, or a little bit to the left of the rearview mirror and having this central. And that's going to depend on your car and your fitting style and how you want that to work as part of that. But that's what the module looks like and how it fits in there. I was going to undo the SD card. That's not really going to be too exciting or anything, but that goes in the slot we looked at on the camera earlier. And the Dashcam hardwire kit I'm going to leave for now, and we'll have a look at that.